I wanted to start this video out by calling out the people in my comment section that were getting on me saying my Battlefield 5 stats suck, so there's really nothing I can say about my teammates, where I actually said that in the video where I said I'm not that good at Battlefield 5, but everyone around me feels even worse, and on the scoreboard, they are clearly worse most of the time. Disagree with me all you want, but don't comment on my video without paying attention to what I said. I know that I'm bad at Battlefield 5, it's just that when I go to play, people aren't tossing me ammo and health, people aren't spotting, people aren't covering me, people aren't holding objectives, and it's like, okay, I'm not very good and you guys aren't even trying. Maybe I should have repeated that 6 times in a video. And that's the thing, if you don't repeat it 6 times, nobody gets it. If you repeat it 6 times, everybody's fucking mad that you're wasting your time. I can't win. Oh yeah, this video is about Black Ops 4, sorry. Alright, so this is not going to be some giant fuck off, like, patch notes video where I say everything that happened in the patch and everything I think about it and just fucking brain dump on you guys for 25 minutes about Black Ops 4's newest update and all of that. I'm just gonna hit the high points and the low points, the things that stuck out to me and my personal feelings. I'm pretty sure all of you guys can read, so just go ahead and look up the patch notes for the latest Black Ops update on charlieintel.com. And for those of you that are wondering, why are you still playing Black Ops 4 if you've said previously that you don't like it? Well, the game goes through changes, the game's gone through updates, and I want to always, check in and see if the game's gotten better. And that's why I'm talking about it still, and we'll touch on that at the end of the video. The circumstances change, and so do my opinions, and, ideally that's how it would work. That's how it worked with Battlefield 5. I don't think it's a great game, but the positive changes in that game have given me a more positive opinion about it. I don't just stay hating a game, it's not black and white. If I say I don't like Black Ops 4, a month ago, doesn't mean I won't like it in 2 months because of updates and changes, and maybe I'm just in the mood to accept it. Life is hectic, life is complicated. 2 minutes in, let's talk about this update. So after streaming Black Ops 4 and having several play sessions with the new update and all the balancing changes, and no, I don't have the new guns, I'm not going to play through those tiers, I don't really care about Outrider, and I don't care about supply drops, I just care about what they changed about the core game by, tweaking different balancing things. The first thing that stood out to me was the auger, but I've already made a whole video about that. And people, for some reason, think that my auger video is pointless because I was just shooting a wall. But I do have like a 40 kill auger gameplay. So fuck it, I'm just gonna roll that gameplay clip of me smacking bad kids with the auger because the gun is incredibly versatile and didn't need a buff. So I'm not gonna really talk about the auger anymore than I already have. So just the DMR I think is broken, and here's some footage of me slapping people with it. So the Titan LMG got a damage nerf, but unfortunately it still kills in roughly the same amount of time. It's not really a huge change, and this is really perplexing to me because I'm not a developer, but as someone that's played a lot of FPS games, I kind of feel like I know how to fix the Titan, but I don't work at Treyarch. So unfortunately, for you guys playing this game, I can't fix this for you. Give it recoil. The gun has no recoil control required. Simply put, the gun is just too accurate. I don't mind an LMG hitting hard and killing fast and taking me off the field quickly, but if you're not even gonna make players have to compensate recoil, they can just hold the trigger down, and killing me in like a handful of frames with like no work on their part. It's kind of the same problem that the auger has. I don't understand this. I just don't. And it's kind of the same for all of the LMGs in this game. Why don't they require much recoil control, if any at all? It feels like you could just slap them into the assault rifle category. It's like assault rifle plus. It's an assault rifle, but with, more damage per second, more ammo, more stopping power going on just in general. I don't understand the low recoil, high damage LMG thing. This is not the first Call of Duty to do it, but it's the first Call of Duty with this time to kill that does it. And one of my big problems with this update, it changes and fixes a lot of things, and a lot of things have gotten better, but it still has this problem where the time to kill has been increased, but there are a handful of weapons that negate the longer time to kill. I don't understand why they're nerfing the damage of an LMG. That should be an LMG selling point. Just give it some recoil that players have to control. It's like a 3 or 4 shot kill. I don't know. Just make it so after its second shot, it starts to really kick. So you could like tap fire it, like 2-round burst if you want to be accurate, but you should have to pull down on your mouse or on your analog stick to actually control the recoil on it if you're going to be dealing that much damage. I feel like there isn't enough skill required for that much damage output and that bothers the hell out of me because I don't understand what the reasoning is. I feel like I have to control the recoil on the assault rifles, but not on the LMGs. It's like, maybe some people might say, oh, it's realistic because LMGs are heavy, so sometimes the weight of the gun compensates the recoil. I don't care. I don't want to hear any excuses. You can't have high DPS, fairly mobile LMGs with like pretty much no recoil. The Hades has recoil, but it's negligible, and if you put the crossbar on it and build it for hip fire, you're just gonna be running around melting people like it's an SMG, and it's a weird way to balance LMGs, and I'm not happy about it. But anyway, moving on to the Rampart 17, my favorite assault rifle in the game. It for some reason needed 4 more yards of range for its max damage. I don't understand this at all. Again, very confused. Some people were telling me, well, that was for the blackout changes. I'm like, no. The blackout and multiplayer changes are separate. For some reason, the Rampart just got its range increased by 4 yards. I don't know why. If a player wants more range on the Rampart, they should use long barrel. And the gun already has high caliber 1 and 2 and long barrel as an option. You throw on like an ACOG sight and a foregrip, yeah, you're using a lot of your perk points just on the gun, but you can have it be a very accurate melty machine. I don't understand why it needed 4 more yards, and I just kind of wonder who's minding the store at Treyarch and who's like, oh, the Rampart, yeah, we'll just fucking give that 4 more yards, who cares? It's like the Auger, it's like, yeah, this gun requires no skill, it kills fast, but, let's just, speed up the fire rate of it, whatever, I gotta go home. I like the idea that, like, the Treyarch developers, they just put in random numerical values when they're buffing and nerfing these guns, and then they just, like, go home and play Apex Legends or something, and they're just like, whatever, I'll take my paycheck now. Like, not all changes are good ones. You have to actually be productive, and you have to know the problem before you can try to fix it, I guess. And I feel like they don't play their own game is what I'm trying to get to here. But the Vapor and the KN57's buffs were nice, because I do feel like those were a little less competitive, and now they feel more competitive. And the Maddox seems like it's actually doing what it's supposed to, although in my opinion, as good as the gun is, it doesn't match the DPS meta that's going on right now, where it's like, if I want to kill somebody, I'm going to use an LMG, I'm going to use an Auger, I'm going to use a Rampart with high caliber 1 and 2. Like, my goal in Black Ops 4 when I play it is just to kill people as fast as possible, so getting good with the tactical rifles, LMGs, and any high DPS assault rifles, like, that's what I'm supposed to do. Just negate the longer time to kill by using those weapons, and like, the Maddox would be really balanced if there weren't like a handful of other weapons in the game that were just better and just feeling like every way. And what I don't get is why high caliber is in the game at all, because it just adds an inconsistency to the damage output, and I think they just should honestly just remove the option. Because the Rampart, I think by itself is pretty balanced, same with the Auger, but as soon as you add in high caliber 1 and 2, yeah, it takes up perk points, but really, if you look at a class that has high caliber 1 and 2, it's not sweating a whole lot, you know what I mean? Like, it's not, oh, I can barely play now because I've used up my perk points on high caliber 1 and 2. No, I'm gonna be getting faster kills. What's better than faster kills? I feel like high caliber should be reserved for like pistols and sniper rifles. I have no idea why you can just make an assault rifle kill faster with 2 attachments. Or a DMR or anything else. I just feel like you should not be able to grab a primary weapon and then just give it more damage to chest shots. I just think that's a dumb idea. And I think a lot of the guns in this game would be a lot more balanced if they didn't have that option. And then also just get rid of body armor, so then you have a way more consistent time to kill. I think that would be really good. I think the game would be a lot smoother if I didn't feel like I needed either high caliber 1 or 2 or FMJ on any gun that I can get it on, because I want the most consistent TTK, and I hate having to play that way. Obviously I don't have to, but it just feels like the optimal way to do it, but maybe I'm wrong. So they did some changes to specialists, and I really like the fact that the Seeker drone that I've complained about a lot can now be killed in a single bullet. My problem is, and this is a tough one, it's still in the game, because it's cool that you can just shoot it with 1 bullet and then it's gone. My problem is that even if you have Engineer, sometimes a Prophet will just throw it around a corner, and before you can react, it will grab you. And even if you have Tac Mask, the time it takes you to pull the electric lead out of your chest is enough time to die like 3 times in a row. especially if they're using like a Titan or an Augur or a Rampart or something. Getting hit by the Seeker drone and then getting shotgunned is just the most frustrating thing I've ever seen in a fucking Call of Duty game ever. It's like, yeah, you can just shoot it, but unless it's just comes around the corner really quickly and just takes you out, or somebody calls it in right on top of you. I'm not gonna go dig through my entire live stream to find this, but during my last Black Ops 4 stream, I called in Juno, I called in Nomads dog, and it spawned like 7-8 feet away from me in a building on jungle, you know, over by the well, and it just spawned in the building and immediately killed the enemy. So the enemy was like getting up behind me, and the dog just appeared on them and killed them immediately. The Seeker drone and the attack dog, yeah, you can just shoot them. They have limited health now, and unless they're in a position where they can just knock you off your streak. And that's my problem with them, is that they're zero risk, high reward, and the worst thing that could happen to you is that it didn't kill someone or get someone killed, but it doesn't really cost you anything other than the item itself, so it just doesn't make a lot of sense. But it's cool that they nerfed it. Also, if you have cold-blooded, the Seeker drone basically ignores you. Again, if a Prophet gets in a gunfight with you and doesn't like the way it's going, and you didn't have an Augur, so you couldn't just like immediately kill him, he can just like go around the corner and then just like toss the Seeker mine at you, and it will just grab you, and then he can get some distance on. There's like a lot of ways you can bullshit people with it. I don't have to explain it to you. If I do, then you haven't played the game enough. Also, I'm sorry if I'm slurring my speech a little bit. I am a little bit tired, so if I have like, I think I said assault rifle like earlier, like assault rifle, and so I should say assault rifle, but whatever. I really do like that they changed some things about Ajax. They have like reduced visual opacity of screen flash when hit by 9-bang. Players will no longer raise their hand when flash if they have tactical mask. Players can now change stances while flash, which is cool. Like you get 9-banged, you can crouch behind cover or prone or something. I think that should have been in the game from the start. And the fact that I was complaining about that in October, I was complaining about that in the beta, I'm pretty sure. And then, or I don't even know if Ajax was in the beta, so maybe I don't want to say that. But I feel like from launch, definitely, I was complaining about the 9-bang. And then it's like, now we're all the way like at the end of February. And oh, don't worry guys, it's a little bit better now. One of the things I liked was active specialist weapons now lose all cooldown on round change as opposed to a partial loss previously. I like this. So at the start of new rounds in objective game modes, you just fucking lose your specialist weapon. And I love that because it limits specialist weapon usage, which is one of the worst aspects of this game. Don't at me. One confusing thing they did a lot of changes to score streaks. I didn't really mind many of them, but the sniper's nest now takes one more rocket. And I have no idea fucking why. I had no problems getting like 10 kills with a sniper's nest. And now it takes one more rocket. And maybe what they want you to do is like use your specialist weapon on it. Like if you're a Prophet, it might be good to just pull out your Tempest and shoot it down that way, which I've done a couple times. Maybe that was their idea, because it is perplexing to make that random fucking streak just take one more rocket. But maybe they want you to use the fast loader, extra rockets, fast lock on, and cold-blooded. And I don't know what they want, but it just seems like a dumb, arbitrary change. I don't think it needed it. Again, where do they pull these ideas out of? I don't know. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comment section below. You guys always seem to be smarter than me. So there's this cool thing they did to the there's a cool thing they did to the tactical mask, where players equipped with the tactical mask now recover faster after being hit by the Tempest, and players will no longer raise their hand when flashed or concussed with the tactical mask equipped. Well, this is really dumb though, because the tactical mask now no longer provides fire or radiation resistance. I really fucking hate the whole burning thing in this game. Like, you want to deal damage to me through walls where I can't even see you because you're outside the building I'm trying to hide in, or I'm trying to camp for my streaks because I'm a noob or something. You want to burn me through the walls with your radiation meme, or you want to rush me with a flamethrower and kill me before I can react? Fine. But if I escape those by the grace of God, do not burn me so that I don't have the ability to heal. Like, getting into engagements where somebody's using the reactor core or the purifier or a Molotov isn't bad enough. Afterwards, you can't heal in a fast-paced game with unlimited sprint where everybody's coming at you all the time. This is okay in matches where you're fighting more docile enemies, but if you're fighting aggressive enemies that are just fighting you like several times a minute, you're getting into like, you know, several engagements a minute, and you can't heal for like 10 seconds, that's just asinine. Like, you can die so many times. I've been stuck at like 16 health just knowing I'm not going to survive my next gunfight. I'm gonna need to land 4 to 5 shots, and someone's gonna need to land 1, so I'm fucking out of this fight the moment it starts. All in all, the game is still ripe with inconsistencies and problems that I'm just not a fan of, and although you're mostly seeing one match of gameplay in this video, I have played a good amount with this new update. I passed several tiers, I leveled up like 3 times, like from level like 52 to like 55, which takes a good amount of playtime. I did a live stream, I played with a friend, I played solo, I did well, I did bad, I had ups, I had downs. Go ahead and take that out of context when I said I had downs. Either way, I am still done with Black Ops 4, and it's not going to be on this channel for a while. I might have a couple other topics I could do about Call of Duty. I have a good amount of Black Ops 4 gameplay saved, so you guys might see it on the channel still, but it's not for me. Like, good lord, it's not for me. There's so many things in this game that are just absolutely aggravating, unnecessarily, and a lot of these changes in this big update just tell me that they don't care about MP, and since I don't care about Battle Royale, it's hard for me to care about fucking Black Ops 4. Horde modes and Battle Royale are not my cup of tea. I like competitive multiplayer games like Call of Duty, where you have team deathmatch, domination, hardpoint, kill confirm, stuff like that, and I don't feel like it can't be that hard to balance everything. Like, high damage guns need to have shot pacing requirements or recoil control requirements, and like that seems like simple stuff to me. But apparently I'm wrong. And since Call of Duty is all about going on streaks and staying alive, because like I've said before, getting a kill is easy, getting 10 in a row is hard, and I think for a lot of people, it's harder to like get excited about a Call of Duty game when there's so much bullshit that can knock you off your streak, it's just not even worth going for. I've said this before, and even Exclusive Ace has said something very similar to this, and he's way better at the game than I am, and that is that you're just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop all the time. It de-incentivizes going for streaks and staying alive and doubling your kill potential because of how much stuff can just take you off guard. Again, even just surviving a reactor core or a purifier can get you killed. Even being able to kill Nomad's dog before it bites your dick off, I mean, you can still be distracted by it enough for an enemy to kill you because you're firing like a gun at the dog, and if it's not suppressed and they see where you are, you kill the dog, and then they come around the corner and kill you because you're reloading. There's just so many things to deal with that I find to be irritating. And so when I'm playing the game for the first time in a while, I start playing it and it's okay. I'm not angry, you know, I'm just trying to warm up, I'm trying to, you know, get back into it. I know I'm not doing very well. And then as soon as I warm up and I start doing better, I start getting 30, 40 kill gameplays, I'm like, okay, this is fun. I'm doing better now. And then like after like 2-3 matches, I'm just annoyed and I get bored. I become ambivalent and then I go play something else. So it's like after I start doing well, do I get tired of playing? I will say there's a really solid game underneath all of the stuff I don't like, and even with the stuff I don't like, I do think it's a pretty fun Twitch shooter, but I just don't think it's my kind of fun Twitch shooter, and so it won't be something you're seeing on the channel anymore, but I will always pop in on it every time it gets a big update or some changes. But like I was kind of hinting to in the beginning, I don't think this is going to be a game for me until it gets a rework. And I don't think it's going to get one. Treyarch is infamously bad with post-launch support and updates, but short of like a Call of Duty World War II level overhaul, which a lot of people loved and a lot of people hated, I know, don't get me started. There's things I loved and hated about it as well. But honestly, short of a rework like that, I don't know if I'm going to come back to Black Ops 4. Honestly, what would make me play Black Ops 4 almost every day would be for them to, and this is drastic as hell, so if you stay to this point in the video, just know this is a pie in the sky thing, completely remove specialists, replace it with a custom character creator, and that's it. Just everything else I can look past, just do that. And that would be a great start for me to actually want to start to get good at the game, but I have no desire to. Like, all these months later, I have still no desire to, no matter what they do. I feel like it's not enough, it's wrong, or it's good but in the wrong area, and I'm not excited to play it, and that sucks. Because I'm a Call of Duty fanboy. I really do enjoy the series. I love the games. There's things I love and hate, of course, but I don't know, maybe I'll do a video where I just rant about every Call of Duty game, like, really quickly, like I do like a 1-minute rant of every COD game. But Black Ops 4, I just feel like is swinging and missing more than I'd like, and even if it was doing good things objectively, you know, for the game, I just don't think the game itself is what I'm interested in. So like, it's kind of a messy area where it's, even though it might be something that's good for the game itself relative to what the game is, and good for the players of the game and the fans of the game, it just still might not appeal to me at all. So that's how you should take this video if you stay till the end here. Just assume that I'm not talking any objective facts and that I'm just saying whatever's happening here does not appeal to me regardless of good or bad. There are other games that I have more fun playing, and so I'm going to be playing those games. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye.